What are we doing exactly?
We're teaching you how to weld, but first we're gonna cut some steel.
It's dangerous.
Yes.
Sparks are gonna be flying between you and I, Ben, today.
Well, just as they usually are.
Yeah, you know.
All right.
Okay, first step.
So, we need to
Safety.
cut a piece, well, more pieces that are this length.
Okay.
So we're just gonna mark that. And you used an angle grinder before, right?
Yes, but never with metal?
Ah, what'd you use it for?
I don't know.
Like,
I literally...
some dental work?
I think it was like something illegal I should not have been using it for. I used it for.
Now I'm really intrigued.
I can't remember that. I called myself out. Can you tell me what we're making though today besides just cutting the steel down? Like what is this for?
I thought we would make a base for that concrete tabletop. We did such a great job painting last time.
With the pink watercolor?
Exactly.
The rectangle, not the circle pattern.
I like to think of it as the masterpiece.
Yeah.
All right,
The
so
piece de resistance.
safety. And this is where I tune you out.
You always do.
What?
I don't know why this is making me giggle seeing you in a button up, but it is thoroughly making me giggle. I know what else is making me giggle, but...
Yeah. All right, so the hardest part of welding
Yes.
isn't making the metal stick together, but that's all we're gonna focus on today.
Okay.
The hardest part is how you set up your material. So I made this very handy dandy jig.
Thank you, sir.
And we just did this with, cut it with a circular saw, and then cut these little slots out with a jigsaw and drill so we can hold our square rod right to the wood. So we're just gonna show the basics real fast, and then once you sort of feel how it works, then I suggest sort of playing with the settings and getting dialed in.
Got it.
So get functional, then get better.
I can.
Elbows,
Yeah, okay.
welding helmets.
Stop
So you
talking.
wanna get it so you can kind of just go like that.
Oh, it's gonna smush my nose. It smushed my nose.
Really?
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, the other safety gear is gloves. And we're using what's called a MIG welder, which is the welder I recommend for beginners. Doesn't require any gas, it's really just you plug it in and you're pretty much ready to go.
Okay.
Now this is the grounding cable. We just want to clip this on to any piece of our steel.
Wait, do I need this on?
Yeah. And then this is basically our metal glue gun. When I hit the button, wire comes out. No sparks or anything
I
happens.
was not expecting that
Right.
by any fucking means. That tripped me out. Okay, interesting.
So this is just a special
Literally a
kind
metal
of
hot
wire.
glue gun.
Right. Now, if we do this to here,
You meant to put that there.
we'll get sparks.
Okay.
So, gloves,
Like a bird trainer.
falconry.
Falconry. Next episode.
Okay.
Okay, I'm nervous. Like I've never welded. This is real time. I'm like very nervous.
Shields down,
Okay, shields down.
and we're gonna start right here. So, we're working on the metal that we have connected to the ground.
Okay.
And we're just gonna come out.
Huh.
Ta-da!
Wow. No fire.
Now it's your turn.
Oh my
We're
gosh.
gonna move the ground over to there.
I haven't felt this way in a while because it's something new. I'm excited that it's new, but I'm also like, all right.
All right, helmets down.
Yeah.
Don't forget
Okay.
to breathe.
No, I. Okay.
That's the process.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's go. Come on.
Rachel Metz.
Rachel Metz. Okay, guys, I'm really nervous. Ready? Rachel Metz, we got this. Come on. What the f do you do for a living? Get with it. Wait a second. This is nerve-wracking. Okay, I'm fine. Did you do it?
Nailed it.
Mine looks like a turd.
I know, but we're gonna grind it out later.
Okay.
All right, so you wanna try this side?
Yeah. Geez, it's just the metal shooting out that makes me so like, because it's so new.
It's not hard, it's hard to get comfortable with
Yes,
the process. And
yes.
the process is so
Okay.
chaotic.
I really like to shoot it long, apparently, with that metal. Jeez. No comments, sir. Huh? No comments. You like to shoot it long too, man.
It's like to get work done.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, okay. Which months?
All right, let's take a look.
Okay.
Helmets off.
Shizo.
So,
My heart is. Jeez. I need a drink.
It's coming soon. We're doing margaritas.
Oh, we normally drink before. What is happening?
Well, we're not drinking before using power tools.
Yeah, no.
Safety, kids.
Oh, God.
Okay, so this one looks really solid.
Okay,
this one looks like kind of like a hot glue type connection.
Yeah.
Like it's connecting it, but it's not really fully fused together.
Yeah, it's not like sunken in.
But we'll flip it over.
Yeah.
I know. Now we'll do it from the other side.
Okay. Look at me. 1-800 Super Pro.
This is all feel. Like
Yeah.
this gets better over time.
Okay.
But that will stick together.
It will?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it will. I'm very interested
Well, we'll know
to
for
see.
sure when we grind it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
You'll actually see that we're not just adding melted wire on top of this. We're actually using the electrical heat to melt these two pieces together. And that's why you basically want the wire to melt to this and this to melt to this too. So it's a three-way melt.
Got it.
It's like a three-cheese.
It's a three-way.
Yeah.
We don't like three-ways.
Yeah, people are complicated.
Depends on people.
Like,
I just can't spin
we
it.
have our legs.
Look at us go.
So now, obviously, that looks a little messy.
Yep.
So we're going to switch to an angle grinder
Ooh.
and clean it all up.
Okay.
So our steel is stuck together,
But
but
fully on my side.
it's ugly.
Yeah, it is ugly.
So we're going to grind this down flush to the surface of the steel. Ooh, hot. And we're going to do that with a flat disc. So this is a cutting wheel,
Okay.
but we want something to kind of basically sand the steel. You can also, if you have like a really gnarly piece of wood that you want to kind of,
Gnarly, bro.
yeah, you know you do.
So gnarly. A gnarly piece of wood, you say?
This can grind stuff down so fast.
Okay.
Like an orbital sander, if it takes that 20
Wow.
minutes, this will do it in like 2.
Really? Have you done that before with
Yeah.
certain pieces of wood?
But it's hard to keep something flat because
Okay.
it's so aggressive.
Oh, because it's just you cannot control it.
Yeah. But
This
maybe
comes
we'll do a
off.
future power carving.
Oh, I have a bunch of stumps.
This would be the perfect tool for that.
We should do that.
We
We
will.
should bring life to the stumps around that barbecue pit.
Life the stumps.
Okay.
Battery in.
Protection, kids.
And silence.
I'm nervous. I feel like I'm wearing your shirt. Like
You are wearing my shirt.
I am.
Real simple. I'm just gonna take this and grind away that.
Grind. Is it like a specific way to grind it?
Watch and see. Ready?
Oh, okay, man.
So, if we were better at welding, it's your first time, it's okay.
Yeah.
So, we're now like
Better
completely
welding.
flush. This surface is even with this surface. There's no additional metal on top of it. We have a little bit of stuff infilled in there. But if we could have gotten that strong enough
If we
with
were
just those,
that's what you're saying,
we'd
right?
have-
If we were better at welding,
Right.
it would have been
exactly.
smoother.
Yeah, but we can still grind that out and it'll
Okay.
still look great.
Okay.
The other thing you can do is if you're going to paint the steel, you can use a little bit of Bondo to fill in any kind of uneven parts, like a little.
I'm very familiar with Bondo.
Okay,
Yes.
and then you just paint over the top, first with primer, then a spray paint, and you're good to go.
Crazy.
But what's crazy is you can never make something. Ooh, it's hot.
I know. Be careful. Use your gloves.
You could never make something this thin out of wood.
No.
It would still be strong. So
No.
you can get really thin lines with steel, and this is probably like $3 worth of steel.
Really?
Yeah.
I would
steel's
not
pretty
have
cheap.
expected that. I didn't realize that.
All right, ready to try?
Yes.
We're gonna grind the weld down, and then we're gonna move it around to blend it to the steel
This
around
is
it.
one way to humble your woodwork. You're
All right,
perfect.
I'll show you. Watch the pressure.
You do it.
Jesse, will you get us some water? We're gonna make it sizzle. See a little bit of steam coming out. What's nice about steel, even if you ground off so much and you didn't have good welds,
Yeah.
where this just comes apart,
Okay.
you're just back to the starting point. You didn't ruin, it's not like woodworking
Wood.
where you make a mistake
That's
and you
where
have to
I'm-
get a new piece of wood.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Steel is like, it's kind of, you can just keep patching it up and keep going.
It would fall. Oh,
That's pretty strong.
no. The test.
Yeah, that's good.
Yay! We did it.
So-
No, the design.
I think we're good.
Yeah. Awesome.
We can weld.
God, I can't stop.
Okay,
Okay.
so time for margaritas and mood boards.
I love that.
You start with the rimming of the glasses.
Love that for me.
And I'll start with making the drinks.
Oh, are you going to shake it up over there?
Yes. This is my new favorite margarita recipe.
Why is it your favorite?
Well, I invested in this liquor brand, to be perfectly honest,
okay.
But it's really good.
But it honestly is good.
Yes.
Well, I'm excited to try it.
So I do some Tamarelo. It's tamarind flavor.
What is it? Why am I...
It's like this weird kind of citrusy seed pod, but it's like,
okay.
It's a really unique flavor.
I don't think I've ever tried it, or maybe I didn't know I was trying it when I did.
You've tried it here before.
I have tried it here before.
Using a little white tequila.
And I'm going to cut little wedges for
Tequila Blanco.
A garnish. And this is so pretty, this orange. I want to see you shake this on up.
Lime juice. A lot of lime juice. I like it very citrusy.
I like a lot of lime.
Orange bitters.
And what does that do?
Just adds a little flavor.
Oh.
And kind of a, I think it's like botanicals.
Make sure you put that top on.
I know. I love fully.
I would have shake that right into the back of the... It would have exploded everywhere. We're just gonna add that.
I'm never good at apple pouring.
Well, you can...
That.
Okay.
And normally when you have one that's like not too tart, it's because it's really sugary.
Okay.
This is more because of the Tamarelo flavor. It kind of smooths it out.
And the salt, I'm interested. Cheers. Margs, mood boards.
Very light.
That's literally like a restaurant margarita. That's so good.
It's better, to be honest.
It is better. I'm not kidding. That is really delicious, and that salt is making me drool.
All right, let's make mood boards.
Margs, mood boards. Let's do it.
So tell me about mood boards.
So I think people get a little bit overwhelmed when they look at a mood board, but I found this really rad platform called The Landing, and it's, I'm a one-stop shop type of gal, you know this.
Right. So it's a digital tool.
It's a digital tool. It's literally on The Landing. What am I going to say? TheLanding.com?
TheLanding.app.
Is it TheLanding.app? Are you sure?
I think so.
Okay. So it's just TheLanding.app, and when you go there, you can create a full mood board, color scheme it. You can upload your own photos that you want a different product. But the one thing that I love the most, I just find it so handy for even interior designers, I think, it's shoppable. So when you send this over to a client, or if I send this over to you and I'm like, hey, this is what I'd like to do, and you create a board and you send it back to me and you're like, hey, just buy these basic things on this mood board for this project to get us started, and then let's get it going.
So it's a design tool and a shopping list.
Yes. The reason I like this as well, because there's the shapes in the clip art, but I think the shapes come in handy because you can do layouts, like room layouts. So that's something that really sparked my interest too, because I need to start doing it. Yep. And you can kind of mock anything up that you want to in this room.
So this would be a great tool when a client wants like an initial idea for something, but you don't want to spend the time to actually design something.
Yes.
But you got to give them something to show them to set the tone.
Yes, exactly. And I think it's really cool because again, it's shoppable. So even if you weren't going to do these products, you can do similar projects in a budget. So if the client were to click it, instead of asking you prices, it's all right there, and you don't have to Photoshop it in, add text. Like it's very user friendly. I love this thing. You can tell I'm interested because of how much I'm like cocking my head to one side.
Well, that's The Landing. Great way to make mood boards.
Yep.
And if you want to, it's free.
It is free.
So if you want to try it, just click the link in the description box below and play around with us and send us your mood boards on Instagram. We want to see them.
Tag me left and right because you'll see this all over my my channel moving forward each episode. This is how I'm strictly doing my mood boards. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah. And that was Margaritas and Mood Boards.
Cheers.
So now it's time for snacks and a wrap up.
Okay, let me take some.
Leave that in. For sure.
Okay, what are we doing?
Did you fix your chompers? All right.
I pay good money for these things.
So now that you know how to weld,
yes,
let's look at some projects that you can use this newfound knowledge on.
Okay.
So I have 3 ones that I think are probably not quite their skill level yet, but not too far away.
Jesus, we're stinky.
I know.
You're just holding it right up against your nose.
It's kind of what's good.
Okay.
So this is a base for a table.
This is one of my favorite projects that you did.
And
Remember
this is maybe like $60, $70 worth of steel, but for a table that I ended up selling for $6,000. It was not an easy project. It was very tedious. It probably took about a full weekend to build the bases for them. But
you can create something that looks a little bit lighter and not quite so heavy. And this was like a 12-foot long table. So, building a table that big, if you do it out of wood, that base is going to be monstrous and heavy.
And chunky, and just everything's going to feel very grounded.
So with steel, you can make things that are big that feel very light and airy. So I really like it for large projects like this, and it just doesn't look like everybody else's furniture. This is a really big outdoor kitchen island that I made for Traeger. And this is where
into the white paint on the metal.
So people always associate steel as being this heavy kind of hipster bar looking things. It's really easy to paint. Prime it first, a little white spray paint from Rust-Oleum, get a nice durable finish, and you can make big substantial projects that are really, really sturdy and will last pretty much forever.
That's really pretty. Oh, I want to do these for my lounge chairs.
Right. So the other thing that steel has an advantage on is you can just do really thin lines.
Yep.
A lot of DIY furniture ends up looking kind of clunky because people are using 2x4 and stuff like that. So you can use steel to get this real elegant, clean look.
What is that thickness on that? Do you remember?
These were 3/4 inch steel square bars.
Yeah, there's
so
no
just
way
a little
you
bit,
do
right? No,
3/4 inch wood dowels.
They're just slightly thicker than the ones we welded today.
I love that.
And it's just welded to a piece of plate steel.
Do you have a tutorial on that?
Oh, on Homemade Modern.
Perfect. I'll be following it for my lounge chairs.
Awesome. All right.
What I wanted to ask you an actual question that hopefully isn't going to be a short answer. With the current state of home improvement and like DIY, because I feel like it's so over like saturated right now, being the pandemic and everybody is doing it. Where or what is most exciting to you project wise, not personally, but what you see people doing? Like, where are you finding your inspiration to do what you do? That is something that I am finding hard within myself lately.
I think the pandemic has shifted people's focus for DIY stuff. Before it was so much of the focus was on like a cosmetic facelift.
Yep.
Like, how do we make our guest bedroom look a little bit more like farmhouse modern?
Yes, or chic, depending.
Now I think, and there's still a lot of people interested in that, but I think where the new category that's emerging is people that want more utility out of a thing in a more aspirational way. A home gym is a good example.
Okay.
Typically home gyms have been in like attics or basements, and it's like not a nice aspirational place. It's not a place that they try to make one of the nicest looking rooms in the house.
I see what you're saying.
They just put like a treadmill and some dumbbells, and it has like bad lighting.
Yeah.
Now people are realizing, oh, my workouts might be from home for the near future.
It needs to be.
Let's have great light. Let's make this like a space that's like feels colorful and vibrant and energizing, not this sort of like dungeon where I go and do stuff that I don't want to.
So you think people are spending more time like showing or giving love to the places that they used to hide away before?
And then the one other trend that I'm looking at is taking industrial components and using them in homes.
How so? Like your blade that
well, the windmill blades are one, but that's not really very repeatable for most people. But you can get these big concrete sections of pipe. They're literally like a round concrete pipe.
The one that you see on the back of the trucks, that's like
right, that you could
long.
Climb inside. So you get a 4-foot diameter concrete pipe, but put it this way so it's sticking up like this
the base of a table.
Or like a raised garden.
Ooh.
And if you put a bunch of these, it could kind of like funnel people through things. I also think it'd be cool for like small trees. Because if you got like, trees are so expensive to buy.
Yeah.
But the little ones are cheaper. But if you raise them up like 4 feet, so you're like the top of the planter is chest high. Tall. It's gonna feel like it's way above you, and you're gonna feel like you're in this like maze below the trees.
Smart. I love that.
So, what about you? What are you getting into?
I'm just interested in turning my house into an oasis. So instead of just a typical jacuzzi, it's like a jacuzzi surrounded with a cabana and heaters and misters and solar powered, all this stuff. Yeah, again, nothing as cool as you.
And then what should we do for our next tutorial and episode of how to DIY?
You know, I just want to learn all the things, but I think they should comment down below.
I agree.
Yeah, and drink-wise, but it has to deal with tequila.
I think a lot of people are asking for like kind of a Moscow Mule.
Yeah,
hybrid.
And also you guys are asking for mojitos. We're not doing mojito. It's like 5.
Pick the alcohol and we'll find the beverage.
Gin.
All right, we're gonna make something with gin. Put your gin suggestions down below.
He's almost done with his. That's why.
Oh, this has been a long day.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you next time.
Love you guys. Cheers.
Bye.
All right.